Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kayla and I'm a reseller on Poshmark Mercari and on eBay. And if you are not new here and you are subscribed to my channel, thank you so much and welcome back. I have another What's Sold video for the month of April. These are my April sales. And if you have been following me for a little while, you know that I have been putting one of these videos out at the end of every month and kind of discussing some of my numbers with you guys. I know some of you have wrote me in the past mentioning that sharing some of my numbers has really helped you guys out as far as educational purposes. And so I definitely don't mind doing that. I also think it's nice because I can kind of document my own progress in my reselling journey. So April was my 1 year mark as far as a reseller on Poshmark, and not necessarily on Mercari and eBay because I started those accounts a few months after I started my Poshmark account, but it was my 1 year mark on Poshmark, so I am really happy with my progress so far. I cannot wait to continue to grow and see where I can get to in another year's time. But today I have my top 30 sales for the month of April that I will share with you. I will post pictures on the screen as well as give you how much I sold the item for and how much profit I made off of the item. These are in no particular order. They're just in the order that I have them highlighted in my little log book here. So no particular order at all. Definitely some brands to be on the lookout for and or styles of items that are more trendy. These are all items that I would 100% pick up again if I did find them in the thrift store, just because they are part of my top 30 sales. Okay guys, so let's talk numbers real quick before we get started. So in the month of April, I actually surpassed my monthly goal, which is amazing. It's awesome. April is now my new best profitable month of 2019. It was March, but I actually did better in April than I did in March. So that's even better. Not by a whole lot, a couple $100 difference, but it's still a couple $100 can add up and make a huge difference. So I'm really excited about that. But what that means is that my goal for next month will be even higher because of course I want to continue to grow. And like I mentioned in my last video, the number of sales you have does not necessarily correlate to your monthly income. It really depends on the price point you're selling your items for and how successful you are at selling higher priced items, or if you want to sell a ton of lower priced items to still meet that goal. Either way is fine. I have a lot of lower priced items in my closet as well as some higher priced items, so I think it kind of averages out. The one thing I will mention though is that my average sale price for the month of April went up by about $5, which is wonderful. So last month I was sitting at about $25 was my average sale price per item, and it went up to $30 in the month of April. And I really think that contributes more to me being a little bit more picky at the thrift store. I have been a little more harsh when I eliminate items from my cart before I check out, and really just trying to only purchase the items that I feel will give me the best profit. So I do think that has a little bit to do with it. My average cost of goods stayed about the same. I'm sitting at about $5.63 per item in the month of April. It was roughly $5 and some odd change the month before as well, which I think will stay pretty consistent for me because I do shop at regular Goodwills and thrift stores. I don't typically do bins or anything like that to lower my cost of goods. I know like if you can shop sales or yard sales, sometimes you can get items for a little bit cheaper, and I do try to shop some sales, but it doesn't always work out that way for me because I do source multiple times a week. So $5, somewhere around $5 is pretty average for me, and I'm definitely okay with that number. I spent a total of $383.10 was my total cost of goods for all of the items that I sold in the month of April. And currently, right now, I am sitting at a little over 300 active listings on my Poshmark account and between 150 to 200 active listings on my Mercari and eBay accounts. Now, this is a number that I definitely want to double, and that is one of my main goals for the year, for the next couple months, to increase my monthly profit for the year. Mainly because my theory behind it is, if I am able to profit this much out of having, 300 active listings, if I'm able to double my amount of active listings, I can, in theory, double that income. It is not easy to do, at least for me, because it requires a lot of effort in sourcing and constantly sourcing and investing money into new inventory. And I am getting pickier with my sourcing as well, so that also plays a role in how many items I'm able to find and get up into my stores. But let's go ahead and jump in, go ahead and get started with my top 30 sales for the month of April. So number one is a Draper James dress. Draper James is Reese Witherspoon's clothing line. Absolutely adorable. Has a very good resale value and a very good following on Poshmark. This dress actually sold relatively quickly for $60 on Poshmark, and after all fees, I was left with $43. Now keep in mind, each site has a selling fee. There also might be shipping discounts that I offer to my buyers, as well as my cost of good coming out. So the first number I'm going to give you is how much it actually sold for. The second number is how much I made after all fees. The next item is a Joseph Ribkoff cardigan. I have actually sold this cardigan before, and both times I made a decent amount or profit on this item, so definitely a good find. This cardigan sold on Poshmark for $60. I was left with $43.11 after fees. The next item was a Fabletics puffer, like down-filled jacket, kind of a longer style, and Fabletics is hit or miss for me, but some of their pieces I think do a little bit better than others, and this was one of them. This one sold for $35 on Poshmark. I was left with $19 after fees. The next item is a pair of MIA or Mia, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, snakeskin sandals. I love picking up sandals and more summery shoes around this time of year. Shoes are one thing that are always usually a good flip for me if I can find them in good condition and a relatively good brand. And these sold for $25 on Poshmark. I was left with $16 after all fees. The next sale was a J. Crew tote. This was a genuine leather tote, absolutely beautiful. I believe it retailed for around $295 or maybe a little over $300. I can't remember exactly, but very expensive retail, and definitely my best sale of the month. This sold on Poshmark for $144, and after all fees, I was left with $98.42 profit. The next sale was a bundle. So this was a 3-item bundle. It was a pair of Matisse leather sandals, like slip-on sandals, a CNC California open back little dress, and some Lucky Brand jeans. This bundle sold on Poshmark for $60, and I was left with $33.22 after all fees. My next sale was also a bundle on Poshmark. This was a 2-item bundle. It consisted of an Aryan Alley, which is an Anthropologie brand, top, and a Vanessa Virginia, also an Anthropologie brand, cardigan. This bundle sold for $38. I was left with $23.42 after fees. My next sale was also on Poshmark. It was a pair of Dansko sandals. Dansko also is one of those brands that has a pretty big following. I know the clogs like nursing style shoes. If you can find those in good condition, usually sell for a good amount. This was a pair of leather sandals. They sold for $31. I was left with $18.03 after fees. Next sale was another bundle. It was a 4-item bundle. It was 2 Athleta pieces, a Lululemon top, and then a Fuego graphic t-shirt. And this bundle sold for $65 on Poshmark. I was left with $39.02 after fees. My next sale was a pair of Mother jeans. I love finding Mother denim. This pair of jeans sold for $55 and I was left with $38 after fees. And this pair of jeans was their super flare style, so definitely a good style to pick up. The next sale was again on Poshmark. This was a pair of Manolo Blahnik, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, slip-on slide sandals. I took a best offer on these for $50 and I was left with $37 after fees. I actually found these at an estate sale, so that was a really cool find for me. My next sale was a Lululemon white skirt. This sold on Poshmark. I took a best offer. I either took an offer or I sent out an offer for $28. I was left with $18.41 after fees. Now, I've noticed the Lululemon skirts in particular, like the skirts with the built-in shorts underneath, do very, very well. This was the first time I had found a skirt, and you'll see here in this video that I found another one. And that one also sold within a day or so of being listed, and for even more than this one sold for. So definitely a highly sought after style in Lululemon that I will probably always pick up. The next item that I sold was a pair of Prana, another athletic brand, career style leggings. I also love picking up Prana. It does well for me. These leggings sold on Poshmark for $30. I was left with $18 after fees. My next sale was a pair of Steve Madden Chelsea style boots. I love finding Chelsea style boots. I think they all do so well. It's a very highly sought after style and they're very cute. And these sold for $38 on Poshmark. I was left with $23.63 after fees. My next sale was another outdoorsy type brand that I had never found before, and I was so excited to finally find it. It's Arc'teryx, and this was a really cool dress. And I sold this relatively quickly for $35 on Poshmark. I was left with $23 after fees. My next sale was an HD in Paris, which is an Anthropologie brand. This particular dress was sold at Anthropologie, and it sold for $45 on Poshmark. I was left with $27 after fees. My next sale was a Katie Loxton London bag. This bag was very nice quality. It appeared to be brand new, had no signs of wear on it. I did keep this bag in my closet for quite a while before listing it, just because I thought I was going to keep it and use it, but I never ended up actually using it, so I decided to go ahead and list it, and it didn't end up selling on Poshmark for $36. I was left with $20 after fees. This next brand sold very, very quickly, and I actually recently just sold another piece from this brand that also sold overnight, so definitely a brand to be on the lookout for. But this is Kalia by Carrie Underwood, her athletic line. This was a pair of black leggings. They sold on Poshmark. I took a best offer of $30 and was left with $19 after all fees. This next brand, another brand that I feel like is very trendy right now, especially with the younger population, it's RVCA, and this was an RVCA romper. I had a ton of interest in this right away, and it sold within a few days. This sold for $30 on Poshmark. I was left with $19 after fees. My next sale was the other Lululemon skirt I mentioned. So this one was black. It was a slightly different style, but very similar. And this one sold for $40 on Poshmark. I was left with $26 after fees. My next sale was another bundle. This was a pair of Keen leather boots, and a Laju, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's Laju, 100% linen striped top. And this bundle sold for $60 on Poshmark. I was left with $30.24 after fees. My next sale was a pair of Free People shorts. This was a pair of red shorts. They had this really cool like red and black kind of overwashed look to them. These sold for $31 and I was left with $17 after fees. My next sale on Poshmark was a Young, Fabulous, and Broke maxi dress. This sold very, very quickly and sold for $40 on Poshmark. I was left with $25 after fees. My next sale was actually over on my Mercari account. So this was a Maeve, which is an Anthropologie brand. Beautiful dress. This sold for full asking price of $60, and I was left with $42.76 after fees. I did offer free shipping on this listing. My next sale was also on Mercari. This was a girls Ivivva romper. So Ivivva is the Lululemon kids line, and it can still sell for a good amount, even as much as some of the adult Lululemon pieces. So this one sold for $30 on my Mercari account. I was left with $17.76 after fees. Again, I did offer free shipping on this listing. My next sale was on eBay, and this was a pair of Ralph Lauren golf pants. They were brand new with tags, very cute, blue with polka dots, and golf stuff tends to do really well around this time of year, so I love picking up golf attire, especially Nike golf. But this pair of pants sold on eBay for $30. I was left with $22 after all fees. Another sale on eBay was this fashionable, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, blazer. I believe it was like a linen blend, but just a really cool oversized blazer, and it had a really cool plaid pattern on it. This sold for $25. I was left with $16.51 after fees. Another sale on eBay was a J. Crew plaid tank top. This had a really cool little bow tie detail in the back. It was like a sleeveless, flowy tank top. It was a Black Label J. Crew piece, and this sold for $25 on eBay. I was left with $17.51 after fees. And then another sale on eBay was this beautiful cabbie sundress. Definitely a highly sought after piece. I had seen a lot of sold listings with this same dress, and it was a new label cabbie. Sold for $40 on eBay. I was left with $29 after all fees. And then my very last sale that I'm going to share with you guys was a bundle on Poshmark. This was a 3-item bundle. It consisted of a Nike tank top, a Vince t-shirt, and an Everlane sweater. So all brands that I like to pick up. I accepted an offer on this bundle for $50, and I was left with $28.22 after all fees. So there you have it, you guys. That was my top 30 sales for the month of April. I'm definitely happy with my April sales. I'm hoping that May does just as well, if not better, than my April sales. But I hope you guys found this video useful and informative. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that red subscribe button down below. I will go ahead and link some of my accounts down below too if you want to check those out, as well as my Instagram account if you want to follow me over there. I would love to have you guys follow me over there as well. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.